Well, hi everybody. Thank you for checking out this video. As you may know, I'm Paul M. Newberger, the founder of C-Suite for Christ, and it's a blessing to have you here. One of the things that we really take seriously at C-Suite for Christ is not just the development of the souls of our members, but also the development of one's professional skills. And today we're going to share a little bit more about how you can sharpen your skills to some degree. We're joined by longtime C-Suite for Christ member and Vistage chair Mike Mallwitz, and he's going to introduce us to some important concepts here today. Mike, it's wonderful to have you. It's a blessing to have this conversation with you.
Well, good morning, Paul. It's so nice to do something like this in my home church and be able to do it the week before Thanksgiving, which is just a special time for all of us. And so glory to God today.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, what a beautiful facility. We really appreciate the organization for hosting us. One of the things that I want to talk to you a little bit about is when it comes to professional development organizations like a Vistage or other kinds of networking organizations, one of the things that is of most important is establishing trust. Trust with the people in your group, trust with the chairperson, sort of like you. Why is trust so important, and why also could that be hard to develop in some of these groups?
Well, as leaders, we came up in so many cases as guarded in working with other people. Are they going to take our business? Are they honorable people? The ego of sharing too much about myself makes me weak. So Vistage really does come out with the idea that this is a safe space for anybody that comes into a group, and we don't sell the commodity. It's a gift to be able to meet other professionals that want to be successful, and they care about each other. They care about their employees, they care about their community, and they care about their family. And so, having been a past member myself prior to becoming a chair, I experienced it firsthand. So, getting a safe group, a trusted group, is not easy. So it takes time. So, caring for the people themselves is really the hallmark of what it means to be a Vistage chair and the people in our group. It's an honor to be able to do that.
Yeah, and I've had the pleasure of meeting your group. It is a very well-run group. You've got some really high-quality people, and I think part of that is due, you're a humble guy, but I think part of that is due to your leadership of the group as well. You started to reference this a little bit, but knowing that trust is very important, knowing that trust can be hard to develop, what has your Vistage group done specifically, Mike, to foster a high level of trust among its members?
Well, we share on a very regular basis. We have each meeting we meet as a group, and my group meets 9 times a year. It's small business owners. They're very unique. They're non-competing, so there's a degree of safety. And so we learn from each other's businesses, but we spend a great amount of time talking about what's happening in our life. And the family always seems to come up first for my members, and so we get to know each other with our families, and then some of their hobbies or volunteer opportunities, which sometimes are one and the same, and then some of the challenges they have with some of their people. Somebody got hurt, somebody passed away, and we feel it for each other. So everyone is transparent, and as they grow with their time with the group, it gets more and more comfortable sharing, as well as they each have an opportunity in between meetings to meet with me one-on-one as their chair, and they go a little bit deeper in things they're maybe not quite ready to share, but on their heart. And so I think that trust is important, and then when something tragic happens, like a death of a family member, the group has been there at the funerals, the cards, the emails, or the congratulations if somebody wins an award. So it's truly a leadership family that develops with the group. And so I'm blessed to be a part of it, and they care about me too, so that's a gift for me.
Yeah, what a blessing that is for sure. Now, one of the things that we hear at C-Suite for Christ from time to time, from people that are on the outside looking in, maybe they don't know a whole lot about our organization or what we do, and I'm assuming the same is true with Vistage from time to time also. These groups are all the same. If I've done some kind of a church group or a Bible study, C-Suite for Christ is probably no different. Same with Vistage. I've tried groups like that. These groups are all the same. Well, I know that C-Suite for Christ is obviously different. Your Vistage group is obviously a little bit different. So for somebody that might be on the outside looking in wondering, what is it about Vistage? What is it about Mike Mallwitz's group specifically that is so different from what is already out there? How would you answer that? What is the Vistage and or Mike Mallwitz differentiator when it comes to your group?
Two things I think come to mind. We have a process that's called issue processing, where people have a problem, it takes them a while to want to bring it to the group, but when they do, the group holds that person accountable to give deep, rich answers. So before we try to come any kind of solutions for one of the members, we go into deep questions, and being diverse in our industries, they're going to come at a problem from a different lens. So we go through a round of questions, and then we go around a second time or a third time until that person said, that's the issue. I thought it was going to be this, but it was that. Then we go into the process of suggestions. And so once we've gone through that process, we give the person all those solutions that we wrote down and vetted and put them on a timeline to when are they going to act on it, which ones are they going to take. And then we actually come back and follow up at a subsequent meeting and make sure that person does that. And everybody has the ability to do that, along with if there's just something, I didn't hear anything about the latest in COVID. Well, we share that information as a group and take it back as value to the other members of their team. So information that's really going to help that organization with something they struggle with. So that's important, as well as getting together outside of the workplace. The members of our group do it periodically with other members just to get to know them as people, because that's what these are. They're people who become leaders.
Yeah, one of the things that I enjoy, I enjoy talking to you about a lot of different things, be it faith, be it family, be it leadership, whatever the case may be, but I really love talking to you about Vistage generally, but also your group specifically, because you're so passionate about it. It seems very clear to me, as your brother in Christ and as your friend, that this is what God created you to do, to lead a group like this, to come alongside these other business owners, executives, and really kind of help them. Walk me through, where does your passion come from? Have you always been passionate about a cause like this? Did this develop later in life? Why are you so passionate about leading this particular Vistage group?
Well, it's an honor when people trust you enough to respect you and want your opinion. And as somebody that came up from the very bottom of an organization as a customer service person to become a president and CEO, I didn't have that other than the owner, who was a great mentor, but I didn't have diversity in the types of people I had. So when I was given the opportunity to participate in Vistage, it really marked me as, wow, these people really are great leaders and they want to help me, and I can actually contribute something to them. So when I got to the point where I was asked to be a chair, I went out to San Diego for training, and I saw the same spirit with other people, and it's like, wow, this is an honor to be able to do that. So I think I love serving God. I know we worship, we fulfill our ability to get our cup restoked and then go out and serve. And a Vistage group allows me to do that because I'm thinking about these great members, their families, what their situation is, some of their things in the community. I'm always watching for opportunities for them, and also their organizations. So it's like I'm part of those organizations as an ex officio ambassador. So that does it. And I'm a lifelong learner, and I want them to be. So if I see something that can help them be better as a leader, as a lifelong learner, or I can do it, it's great. And in other organizations that I serve with, I can take what I learn here and help other people. So it just keeps snowballing in a very positive way.
Yeah, it sure does. And I try to think in my head, why would people not join Vistage? Why would people not want to be associated with an organization like yours? Because there's so many perks. I mean, the ability to network with these other professionals, to learn from these other professionals, to have somebody like you with all of your experience holding them accountable. And the one thing that I can think of that I think is an issue for a lot of executives is we have a busy problem. And I can imagine some people saying, maybe even watching this video right now, yeah, I like Mike, I like Vistage, everything he's saying makes sense. I'm too busy to join his group. I'm too busy to carve out the time. I'm too busy to make this a priority. Rather than somebody saying, I'm too busy for Vistage, make the case about why people should prioritize this and really how they can't afford not to be associated with a group like yours.
To be a successful leader, you have to work on your business. And by not participating, you're working in your business because you think the resources so often are found in your own building, or your ego says, I'm well educated, I got this degree. You don't know what you don't know until you meet other people with different ideas that are cheerleaders for you, but also accountability partners. So that's one. Two, people have never really been put to the test as leaders sometimes. They don't have a safe space where they can bounce ideas. So this is a new concept for people. It makes sense once you're in it and you've seen it. It's like if you see a great movie and I gotta see that again because I learned some stuff, but it was so good. So it's a new experience for people, and it's not for anybody, because if you know it all, there's no need for a group like this. If you don't know it all and you don't have the opportunity to help others, this is for you. So there's some real benefits to it.
Yeah, I would agree. And one of the things that I really admire about you personally, which is why you're such a good fit for our organization at C-Suite for Christ, but you also unapologetically lead with your faith. Now, the way that I understand it, you don't have to be a Christian necessarily to join your Vistage group, but you're not going to shy away from whose you are. You're not going to shy away from what you believe. In a ever increasingly secular society, it is very refreshing to have somebody like you go against the grain in that regard. Why do you make faith such a priority? And with your group at Vistage, why do you unapologetically keep that at the center of who you are and what you do?
Well, it's very simple. Jesus Christ, when he went out, he went with everyone. He went with the leaders of the time, trying to educate them, but the people that were on the outskirts of not being accepted. And all the people that are created on this planet are gifts from God. They were each given gifts. So there's good in each person. And if we look hard enough, we're going to find it. And we're also blessed with our own gifts, and others help us bring that out in ourselves. So when you have the opportunity to be leading from in front, you take it. If you lead from behind, you do it. And so groups like Vistage groups really gives everybody the opportunity to take the microphone, and the other times you're really that audience there for others. So for me, it's rather easy, and that's why I take this path.
Yeah, it's very refreshing. Well, Mike, as we get ready to wrap up this conversation on trust and chair people and pretty much why your organization is so important, somebody watching this says, yeah, I want to reach out to Mike, I want to learn more about his Vistage chapter. where should they go? What should they do to learn more?
Well, just reach out to me, and I'll be glad to have a short introductory phone call, and then we can get together in person if we feel that there's some advantages to do it. If not, we're going to have the blessing of getting to spend a little time with quality people. So it's a great opportunity. So Paul, thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's a win-win either way. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Mike Mallwitz specifically, about his Vistage group generally, at the bottom of this video, you're going to see some links to Mike, to his website. We would certainly encourage you to check that out. If you want to learn more about our ministry at C-Suite for Christ, we'd also welcome that opportunity to discuss that with you. Thank you for watching this. We really appreciate you giving Vistage serious consideration, and we wish you God's blessings on the rest of your day.